Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be doing something rather fun. So I want to give credit where credit is due. Over the last few weeks, I have kind of been looking around on stuff. And when I saw Real Radman's video about NASCAR Thunder 2003 with the Dolphin Emulator and everything like that you could be able to import custom schemes and everything, I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then when he did the update that allowed cars to have retextures and everything like that, I saw that and I was like, cool, I'll go ahead and download that pack. Well, in combination, there's two other people who on the Reddit side of the NASCAR video game community who have been doing similar projects right now. Anal Baguette, he's on Reddit. He has had a handful of announcements in regards to his project, which is essentially doing the exact same thing. And then I met someone, his username is NCRD1331. I've spent about the last 3 weeks talking to him. So some of his cars will appear in this series. For example, Kyle Petty, he has a pretty much solid black NASCAR that is going to be running in some events. That was his New Hampshire car. He thought that the 2001 and 2002 liveries looked far too similar, so he took the 2001 livery, overrode it, and now it is a pretty much solid black car. Another example, one of the schemes that he did and modified was the car of, Todd Bodine. Okay, so the 26 Discover car did technically exist, but Bodine drove, or maybe it was Joe Nemechek, my apologies, Bodine at least drove the number 66 car. So there are going to be some schemes that are going to look odd, that you've never seen before. There is a tiny issue with essentially this being just like a coat of paint over the game. When you get a certain distance away, it reverts back to the original scheme and everything like that. So this is just essentially a layer on top of the game, and if you get too far away, that layer goes away, and the original textures and everything like that is still there. So, but this is my car. So let me show off what we've got here. So we'll go ahead and, I didn't mean to go stats and info, but paint scheme, here we go. Car, colors, let's preview the car. So, what this car is that I went ahead and I've done everything for career mode thus far. I signed my team, I got the best engine fabricators, car fabricators, everyone that I could be able to get. I signed my sponsors, went into GIMP, put the sponsors on this car from my sponsors folder, and then I replaced the 83 with the FitzBradshaw 83 that ran around that time. In addition, NCRD 1331 was kind enough to give me the templates, not only to make cars, but in addition, he took the time to make layered bases for all the cars. So if you want to run, say, Jeff Gordon's Flames car, you can have the layered logos and everything like that of the car. The numbers on a layer. Actually, I think the numbers and the sponsors are one layer. In this case, the white stripes are a secondary layer, the black stripes are a third layer, and the body is red and black. So there's that. So I did make a minor change at least. I've never used a Nikon camera, but I sure have used a Canon camera. In fact, a Canon is what we are recording my face on. and that is the particular model, the Canon EOS M50, which I've got set up right over here. It is the Dale Earnhardt Jr. scheme, essentially. There are some minor changes I did to it. I went ahead and went back to what was essentially his 1999 look, 1999/2000. So the white stripes on the roof, they are gone. They've been colored in black. The roof rails are red, slightly, on facing the outward side of the car. So whatever's facing the fans and crew chiefs and whatnot. We've got the tape painted red for valence tape, for the spoiler tape, and I believe that we've got the valence tape painted black, sponsored by Delphi, obviously. And what's really cool about this and why I'm so grateful is, look at that. We get to have our roof name, our name rail gets to be personalized. So we've got the signature that Cole made me right there in the middle. Speaking of which, Cole also made the Warren Racing logo. We've got that on the left-hand side. And then we got the flag of Ohio sitting off to the tail end. And just to show you that it is also there, we've gone ahead and done it on the passenger side. Shout out to Cole as he made the Warren Racing logo down underneath the driver's side light. This car looks really cool. Now there is one problem. Anytime that the sponsorship changes, I have to reload these custom textures and everything like that. Luckily, it doesn't really take too long now that I understand what I'm doing. So there's that. Let's go ahead and go to race weekend. It's the Daytona 500. We've got a race to run, and let's see how we do. And if you look down in the bottom left corner of the screen, we also have a GameCube controller mapped out. So let's go ahead and load our Daytona setup. Alright, and let's see how we do. There we go, and it's beautiful colors. So similar to Earnhardt, but just a mashup between DEI and FitzBradshaw Racing. Essentially, the story goes is that we bought a car from DEI that was used in the 2000 season. Since NASCAR has the rule that you can be able to run a car 3 years older than the current season that it's running in. So we bought one of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s rookie cars and partnered up with FitzBradshaw to try and get us some logos at the last moment, get a little bit of representation for their team.
Got one more.
Alright. We'll touch the outside wall, not the end of the world. See what we can do on the second lap. We tried this a few times and we've actually managed to qualify within the top 10, so
We got a solid starting position. Way to go, bud.
10th place right on the dot. So the question is, do we want to run the Run 25? And I think the answer to that is no. I'm actually okay with just starting in 10th. Let me see if I can squeeze a little bit more top speed out of the car. We'll inflate the tires just a tiny bit. I'm okay with 24 PSIs. Can't mess with the downforce, so that's a little tough. I think that's what we're going to go with. A few minor touches to the car. Let me see one last place to see if we can adjust something. We'll dial back third gear a tiny bit. And you know what? Let's go ahead and just run the race. We're in a good enough qualifying position as it is.
Well, here we are at the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. With the history and prestige here at this track, the teams seem to be all pushing themselves just a little harder this week.
Well, you're right. To have your name mentioned as a former winner here at Daytona puts you on a list with some drivers that these guys have admired since they were kids.
In 1999, Tony Stewart won the Rookie of the Year award with one of the finest first seasons in NASCAR history.
3 wins, 2 poles, and a 4th place points finish. That's a tough act to follow for any driver, and I'll bet it'll be a long time before another rookie has a coming-out party that big.
In 1993, Bobby Labonte finished second to Jeff Gordon in the Rookie of the Year battle.
You know, that's a pretty good rookie class. At first, Gordon's accomplishments overshadowed Bobby's, but Labonte had been a solid contender for the title in each of the last few years.
Ken Schrader won Rookie of the Year honors in 1985.
You know, it seems like Schrader's been competing in Winston Cup for so long that it's hard to believe he was ever a rookie. He's a class act, and it shows on the racetrack and in the garage area.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Here's the starting lineup. Starting out front are the Team Rusty Ford and the Home Depot Pontiac. Starting in row 2 will be the Square D Chevrolet and the Mark Martin Ford. In row 3 are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In row 4 are the Motorcraft Ford and the Rubbermaid Ford. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the Delphi car. The 6th row has the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. In row 7 are the DuPont Chevrolet and the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 8 are the M&M's Pontiac and the Ganassi Racing Dodge. And in row 9 are the Sirius Satellite Radio Dodge and the 27 car. Starting in row 10 will be the 63 car and the UPS Ford. In row 11 are the Target Dodge and the Alltel Ford. In row 12 are the Pennzoil Chevrolet and the Tide Ford. Row 13 finds the 46 car and the America Online Chevrolet. The 14th row has the Lowe Chevrolet and the Haviland Ford. In row 15 are the Kellogg Chevrolet and the DeWalt Power Tools Ford. Starting the race from row 16 are the Cheerios Dodge and the Citgo Ford. Row 17 has the Caterpillar Dodge and the 16 car. Starting in row 18 will be the 23 car and the Valvoline Pontiac. In row 19 are a BAM Racing Dodge and the 26 car. In row 20 are the Sprint Dodge and the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge. Back in row 21, we have the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Kodak Chevrolet. And rounding out the field is the 37 car.
All right, here we go. A race for legendary status. Well, I didn't mean for that to happen. I was hoping that either Elliott Sadler would give us the room to pass or just stay to the outside.
Number 21, jump up. Okay, buddy, we're faster than the leader, lad. Get up there. Clear on both sides. Got one up. Way to get around him, buddy. You're clear.
If we can walk out of here with the top 5, that's a good start to the season. Okay, something weird happened.
The 6 car. Tough out.
'Cause we just now took away second place.
Fuel's down to half. The right front tire's wearing down. Try another line or it won't last. We're catching them, buddy. Stay with it. The 8 car is passing high. Number 8 is outside. Still there. We just lost a spot. We're third. Clear. Let's go now. Still 7 seconds off the lead. Number 6 is coming low. That was a hot lap. Keep it up. The 43 car now left. Okay, we're clear. Be careful, fuel's getting low.
I found that when I've done career mode in the rookie year of the Daytona 500, the car does not have a lot of horsepower when it's on its own,
We're about 7
and
seconds
it's
off
a
the leader.
little bit better, but not great when you're having someone push from behind. However, if you can do what we're doing right now, which is just running in behind a car in front of us, we gain a lot more speed. You can actually keep pace with other cars. Now the tires are worn, so that doesn't really help us, but if we can pit and say have Dale Earnhardt Jr. come out with us and we can just follow him, that tow in the draft will help us save a little bit of gas, and it'll help pull us forward to allow us to get by slower
Halfway
cars.
to the checkered flag. Keep doing what you've been doing. We're right where we need to be.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and pit this lap. Ah, crap. So it's a little bit of a risky move, but we're going to see what we can do. Gonna get out at the same time as Junior, and the benefit is we'll actually be a little bit ahead.
The 4 car, the 5. We're off the pace. Everything okay? Looks like some of the leaders are headed down pit road. All clear, buddy. The 24 car is gaining on you. Car inside. Hey, that's worth another spot. Keep digging. The 22 car is exiting pit row ahead. Okay, we're clear. Leaders are pitting. The 8 car is passing low. Okay, let's get after these guys now.
Now the question that I have is the leader the leader? Is he already pitted? Yep, the leader is the leader, and that's Tony Stewart. And I think he's already pitted. So now, the question is, do we hold up the rest of the field? Try to hope that we catch Stewart in the last few laps, or just hold on to second.
You got some passes left in there somewhere. I know you do. Number 8 is coming up quick.
I have upset so many veterans of the sport with my antics today. Well, Tony Stewart's gonna go and win himself a Daytona 500, and provided we can hold off Dale Jarrett and the rest of the lot, I think we will get runner-up. Mikey's got a charge.
Number 15 is coming low.
Block, 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 block. We're gonna get second place in our debut race.
We'll take second. Great run.
Dale Jr. falls back to 8th.
There were only a few lead changes.
Yeah, there weren't too many battles up front for position. Those guys who ran in the top 5 were pretty dominant all race long.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Join us again for our next live broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing right here on the Voice of NASCAR, MRN.
Well, that was very lackluster in terms of post-race reports, but I should have mentioned something about me. We got second! That's a lot of good money to start off our season. Yep, $1.37 million in the bank after a runner-up at Daytona. And we got Rookie of the Race, so that was an extra $2,000 on us for that. And we are leader of the Rookie of the Year, so that's good. Got Ryan Newman, Jamie McMurray, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Purvis, Scott Wimmer, Greg Biffle, Frank Kimmel, Shauna Robinson, and Shane Hall as our competitors. Alright. Well, I'm going to make some changes here in a little bit, but thank you all for watching, and I'll be back for the next episode.